Hey guys, Fan06 here, and today I have for you Brave Frontier farming for Brave Burst and Brave Burst leveling. So first let's go over how it works. So you have to go to fuse, obviously, which everyone knows that. And then you have to fuse the fighter. As long as it's 6-star, when you get to Brave Burst 10, it'll switch to Super Brave Burst. So let's take a look at Rogan here. So powerful thunder attack on a single enemy, improbable weakness effect. So he's a 2-type, he's an attack and support. So what that means is attacks first priority for leveling, healing is second, and defense is third. So if he has any attack in his Brave Burst, you need to get attack oriented type Brave Burst fodder. If he's healing and defensive, you need healing, and if he's basically support slash defense, whichever one you want to call it, if he's just a support, then you need support fodder. So like Lily here, Lily is support, so you have to use support on her only. Elmo, let me see, where are you? Find one. Is healing, so you need to use healing fodder. It also is support as well, but healing takes priority. A unit like Tiara, it gradually recovers HP and adds water elements, so she's healing and support, but her Super Brave Burst switches to attack on all enemies and recover. So this one now, because it has attack in it, now I have to use attack fodder on her. So first I used healing, now I use attack. Same thing goes with Xville up here, the lightning unit. First it was all support, and then it switched to attack and support. So now I have to use attack fodder. So what you do is you want to pick your unit. So we'll find someone here. So Dilma is earth attack, so you need an attacking unit. And now that they added this in the game, it makes it way easier. It tells you it's going to level up the Brave Burst. So really you just need to know where to farm it at and what takes priority, but for the most part I can tell you. Get it to level up, it's all pretty much random chance. Great success and super success seems to give you better odds at it, which is nice. But for the most part, you can. Some people say should you do one at a time, should you do multiple. People have done a variety of tests to see, and it turns out to be about the same. I prefer just to do 5 at once because I like to see when I get like a +3. That's one of my favorite things. So, and last would be a healer. So find a healer, and then it would be a unit like that. So it's a healing unit. So its Brave Burst gradually recover HP, hence why it levels up Brave Burst for Elmo. Now, if you fuse the unit of the same type, so if I take this girl here, and I would fuse her with herself, it's, from what I've read and understood, it's not guaranteed to increase it by 1, but it's a very, very, very high chance. There's a few people reported that didn't raise it even though it was the same unit. I have never had it fail, so for me it's always been 100%, but I've read reports that it's not always. So for defensive fodder, I farm 2 places. If I farm Puppeteers of the Trees, and I farm the Wetlands Commander of the Thunder. Both are basically identical setup. Both you can get attack, healing, and defensive units for foddering. I prefer to do the Thunder one. I feel like I get better luck with catching the Harpies. But for this one here, there's several units that you'll be looking for. So the Mandrake is the defensive one. So let's get through this one here, see if we're running any more. I don't think I need to attack all of them. So you can capture the Mandrakes, you can capture the Earth Nymphs, which you don't want unless you need it for something, which I did capture. Sadly, I would have rather had the defensive fodder, support fodder, but oh well. So next is, there's the attack unit, which is Mossy. And then lastly, you'll run into the Earth Healer. You'll definitely fight her at the end, which you have a chance to capture her there, as well as the Mandrakes also. So let's we'll get through this real quick. It's not very long. So another Mandrake fight here. Not too bad. Alright. Got a little bit. There we go. Captured one. Sometimes you can capture full load, full battle worth. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get 1, sometimes you get 3, 4, depends. I mean, it's just all luck. There's nothing you can do to increase it, not the capture rate. So you can also, you'll get items here, green grass and green drops. Those you use for cures. Alright, so boss is 2, I call them mandrakes, but they're mandragoras, and Claris. So I don't know, I think they look like mandrakes. I'm used to them being mandrakes in other games. Whatever, close enough. So we'll see here how much we got. Won't be too much. Bam. Alright, so that is the defensive one. I'll show you guys the thunder one, but I'll skip to the end of that one. Alright, so the XP and Zell and Karma gain is very low. It's not worth much of anything. Green grass, green drops, you can make cures and some other items too. But there we got basically a whole mixture. This is basically the units you can capture. I mean, it's the whole lot of them. So we go to the wetlands, Commander of Thunder, and I will be right back and show you guys this one. Alright, so the wetlands, same thing again. I mean, it's basically the same. Zell, Karma, and XP is pretty non-existent. Green grass, green drops, blue drops also. So this one, another mixture again. Another thing we didn't catch was the Thunder Nymph. So support, attack, and healing. So next we're going to move on to is attacking. So attacking, I always do Kagon Desert, Bandits of the Desert. Every time, no matter what. I farm this quest probably 1,000+ times. Farm it non-stop for days. You can catch fire spirits, mimics, and everything else is all attack. So it's solid attack the whole time except for the spirit and the mimics. So we're going to go ahead and skip to the end here and show you this one. Like I said, sometimes I haul in a bunch, sometimes I don't. I farm this one for days. So we'll be back. There's a mimic. Alright, so here's the end for the Kagon Desert. It's okay amount of Zell, 5821. Karma's okay also. When you do a lot of them, you end up getting a ton over the time. Barely any XP. Items, lots of green grass, few drops, and some others. Big thing here is all the attack fodder. So we got 4 of them, a spirit and a mimic. Those 2 we don't need, but 4 attack fodders, which is perfect. So next we're going to move on to is healing. A few places for healing. Do Nocturnal Forest. Thief in the Forest gives you support in healing. So I'll run one of these and show you guys what we get at the end here. Going to be similar to the Kagon Desert. It's not too much different, just different units in here. So 7 battles. All 3 are healing right there. So let me get to the end and we'll be right back. Alright, so here's Thief of the Forest. So more items as usual. And this time we got terribly unlucky. If we wanted healing, we got a bunch of support. The last one I do is this one here. Pull it up here. You can do the Earth Shattering Spear also if you need Guardian Eyes. That's one you can do as well. But we're going to go to the Blood Forest, and we're going to go to the Frail Spirits of the Forest, and this is the last place I go when I'm trying to farm healing units, which I typically save Burst Frogs for healing and support. I also use Burst Frogs from 7 to 10 a lot of the times, unless there's a super rate going up for fusions. Main reason why is because 7 to 10 seem to be the hardest. 9 to 10 is definitely the hardest in my opinion, unless you get super lucky. But I try to save my Burst Frogs for support and healing. Attack is the easiest to farm, so I typically try not to use it there. Attack units, I'll use frogs from 8 to 10. Normally I won't do it on 7. But sometimes I do. But really, I don't suggest using Burst Frogs before 7 unless you're in a rush for something very important. I used a bunch on Maxwell because I didn't feel like waiting. But yeah, it depends on what you're looking for. So this one, same thing. You're going to go run into support and healing. And we'll jump to the end here and hopefully get a bunch. So we'll be right back. Alright, so this one, getting a little bit more money, a little bit more karma, a tiny bit more XP, not too much. Items, tons of potions there. Boom. and healer, 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 support. So that's where I farm, guys. It can take a while. It's tedious. You hit auto, you just let it go, and you come back to it. If you can't auto it, you probably shouldn't be Brave Burst leveling right now. You probably need to work on units. Those are the really easy quests. So that's where I farm, guys, and that's how you Brave Burst level. Just remember, has to be a 6-star, and once you get to 10, it'll switch to Super Brave Burst, and then you got to get Super Brave Burst from 1 to 10. The higher Brave Burst, the better the ability or attack damage it'll be. So that's it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, favorite, and share, and just look at him. He's pretty amazing.